Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of ZULA Answers. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Fauzi.
And for those of you who are new to this segment, we basically read and react to confession pages like NUS Whispers, NTU Confessions, Reddit threads, and even our own ZULA Confessions form that's linked in the description box below.
Yes.
And before I introduce today's topic,
Correct.
If you are watching the video and you are not subscribed,
Eh.
what are you waiting for?
Yes, yeah. We're very close to 100k subscribers. And honestly, if you don't subscribe, means you are fuck up.
Yeah, so please, the button is just somewhere below, I think.
Correct.
Just help to click and support.
Correct.
Alright, so today we are reacting to a Reddit thread titled TIFU, which apparently means today I fucked up. I haven't heard of this term today I fucked up before. This is my first time actually.
Same.
And I think it means like it refers to embarrassing situations.
Correct. It also
Right?
means that we're just too old
Oh,
to get
more
with the
silence for
lingo
that.
of the Gen Zers, you know?
That's true.
Yeah, so I feel like Gen Zs and all the younger people, they love all these acronyms. Sometimes I will say it's TIFU. What is TIFU? You know?
Is it a restaurant?
Yeah, oh my god, that's the worst.
The producers have compiled a list of confessions that we'll be reacting to, so let's go with the first one. Confession number 1 is titled, Today I fucked up by trying to step off a moving treadmill in a running shop. What? I'm running my first full marathon in October to commemorate my 50th birthday.
First of all, this 50-year-old guy,
Yeah.
he is still on Reddit.
Oh,
Not bad.
what are we doing with our lives?
Not on Reddit.
And raise money for the adoption agency that united me with a little boy in 2018. Oh, so sweet.
Yeah.
I decided to treat myself to a pair of real running shoes. An associate brought out a pair of running shoes, and after I walked up and down the store aisles, she tells me I can try them on the treadmill at the back of the store, to which I reply, "Really? That would be awesome." Note that I do not typically run on treadmills due to my admittedly irrational hatred of them. I cranked up the machine to 8.5, whatever that means, realized that it was a bit too fast, and pressed the off button. After about 30 seconds, it was still gradually slowing down. 8.3, 8.1, 7.8. What the fuck? Just stop already. So I'm thinking to myself, really experienced runners must have a cool way to just ride off the back of these things. And so I tried. I slowed my pace just a little, so I was running almost at the back of the treadmill deck. Then I tried like a 90-degree turn. Wait. Expecting to casually complete the 180 as I glided onto the floor. Wrong. Instead, my feet were thrown off the back, while my upper body slammed down onto the treadmill deck. As it pushed me toward the end, I tried to regain my balance to stand, but that made me roll over back onto the treadmill, which triggered my reflex to balance, which made me roll over and repeat like an old rag in the dryer. Oh man.
I'm trying to like visualize this, and it's
Yeah.
very hard to visualize.
How?
It just makes me think like he's just like kadabok like that.
Looks like it, right?
That
'Cause
sounds
in the
like
dryer.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, right?
As this was happening, I felt compelled to call out, "It's me, it's me." As though the store associates might be wondering, what was that banging sound? Perhaps I should investigate. But upon hearing my assurances of "it's me," would go back about their business and spare me the embarrassment of acknowledging what I had done. A few seconds after I stood up, the associate appeared and asked if I was okay. I said yes, and then noticed a line of blood on my baby blue shorts and realized my left little finger was bleeding. Oh no! I quickly cupped my hand to catch and tried to hide the blood from dripping. As the associate tried to remount a magazine cover I knocked off the wall, she asked if I liked the shoes. I told her I think I need a white. And later, when she asked if I wanted to try a different pair of shoes on the treadmill, I answered, "You know, I just don't think I run the same on a treadmill as I do outside." To exit as coolly as possible, I purchased a pair of another running shoes. And no, they don't fit properly, and hell to the no, I ain't going back.
Correct.
My question is,
Ah.
why was the associate not with him when he was trying
That
the shoes
is a
on the
good
treadmill?
point.
Because it's a safety hazard,
Right, that makes
especially if it's
sense.
like the person's first time trying the treadmill.
True. I can relate in a sense, right? Once you do something embarrassing in the store, right, you'll never go back to that store.
Yeah, correct.
You just, the fear of that person just remembering who you are is damn I hate
It's
it.
damn
I hate
embarrassing.
it so much.
Do you have any experiences to share? Like anything funny happened to you before when you were
I'm
trying
trying
clothes or
I'm
shoes?
trying to think.
I did like tear clothes before lah, accident.
I mean, girl,
Have you?
I have also. Okay.
What you do?
No.
After that, what you do after that?
Just return
Same.
What will you do? Okay, you honest to God, what would you have done? Admit it. Admit like you tear the.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes right, it's not my fault. Sometimes right, it's just poor workmanship.
That's true.
If your seams like so easy tear, right?
Is it my problem or is it your workmanship problem?
Okay, I have a tactic though. I don't return it straight to the
Oh my god.
outside. I'll hang it back on the rack.
Oh no. This is my tactic.
Oh.
If like say I got hanger, right? If it's on a hanger, right, I'll put it back nicely on the hanger.
Oh, same.
Then just give it to the person.
Oh.
Yeah.
The treadmill though.
Mm.
Recently I started working at a new gym. The treadmill is not the normal
Oh,
one.
got treadmill.
Mustern. I don't know what kind of treadmill is that.
Mustern? What do you mean
but
mustern?
must like what he did. So like I have to do it with a buddy, right? Then both of us were like, oh my god. Every time we turn, we will like scream a bit like,
I knew it.
Oh my god.
I know one time, one thing, right, where we used to work out together,
Okay.
right, whenever we have to do pull-ups,
Oh.
then we struggle. At this point, do we even need to hold onto the bar? So we're supposed to give rate these stories out of 5 fucks.
Let's maybe introduce our range of ratings, okay?
Okay.
So number 1 out of 5 fucks. Not embarrassing, so like still can be saved.
Can.
Then 5 is what? Like in front of a huge crowd.
5, I think, is like, there is no way back.
Okay, there's no way
You
back.
are now a loser.
Okay, I like this. I
Okay.
feel like it's not the most embarrassing. It's like
Are you kidding
it's,
me?
it's something you remember, but it's not the most embarrassing because
Okay.
like he was alone.
And he never got caught.
Yeah, and him making the decision to do the 90-degree turn for what? Nobody asked him to do that, right?
Ha.
When you're running outdoors, you won't turn 90 degrees. No, you just run straight. You just
Okay.
run straight.
Okay, yeah. I will give him a 2 fucks out of 5. I think.
Same.
Is that his embarrassment is really more so inside his mind. Alright, confession number 2. My wife fucked up by talking about her sexual desires on the phone. Lovely.
Help.
I am a father to 3 kids and a husband to 1 wife.
Wait, why must specify one wife?
I mean, nowadays,
Okay,
in this
okay,
world
okay.
where polyamorous relationships
it.
are possible, maybe he got
okay.
1 wife, 1 husband.
Oh, okay.
Me and my wife have a young daughter of 3, and I have 2 boys of 13 and 11 from a previous
Ooh.
relationship. Me and my wife have been together for 9 years now, and our bedroom relationship is as strong as the first day we started dating. So I'm quite lucky in that aspect, I think.
Very
Wow.
lucky, eh?
First day they started dating, they already fucked.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first thing I got. Not bad. I mean, some people have different thresholds.
It's
mah.
good. It's good that they are sexually compatible.
Yeah, that's
Like, yeah.
important. We often like to dirty talk in the bedroom and are quite adventurous, but we don't talk about sex or anything like that when the kids are around for obvious reasons. Anyway, one night I had picked up the boys from an activity that they participate in once a week. Me and my wife had been discussing a redecoration we'd be doing that weekend, and she said she would investigate some stuff and call me later if she finds anything while I'm out and to discuss what we eat that night. So my phone rings while I'm driving all 3 kids home, and because we have a new model of car that has CarPlay, I can just answer the phone over the speakers.
No.
I don't think my wife realized I was driving back as she started discussing food for the evening and then asked what I wanted to do tonight. I said, not sure. What do you fancy? And before I knew what was happening, she blurted out, I want you to fucking rail me once the kids are in bed. Wait, whoa. You're getting asthma attack, is it?
No, I'm thinking of the kids' reaction.
Well, guys, I must have gone white as a fucking sheet, and I've never hung up in a phone call faster in my life. She didn't call me back, so I knew she'd realized what had happened. All I heard from behind me were the exaggerated screams of my 2 mortified sons as they tried to process what they just heard.
And I
Oh,
realized
no.
they're 13 and 11, so they
Correct.
understand.
Yeah. I got home from a largely tense car ride and gave my wife the look of shame that she immediately returned to me, and my boys rushed upstairs without a word. We had to have a very awkward conversation with them after that, and needless to say, I did absolutely fucking rail her that
Ooh.
evening or any evening until they returned to their mother's house.
What's that? What is until they return to their mother's
Their mother lah, because this one is not her biological sons.
Oh,
from another
yes.
relationship.
Okay, I
I
feel
mean-
like this story, right, is embarrassing, but it's very common.
Oh, explain.
I never experienced this before.
I
but
was trying to think like, wait.
I've never experienced this before, but I feel like I've seen this kind of scenes in movies a lot.
Right.
I guess this is the time to educate your kids about sex.
I feel like it's a very important conversation to have quite early on in I think at 11, 13, I think that's quite safe to have the conversation already. Like, because nowadays, can see all these children at staircases piak-piaking, Got video, I sometimes all these viral video come out, then is these kids in school uniform piak-piaking, at the staircase. I'm like, girls and boys, please, do not do this. In the media, always we have like stories of children catching their parents having sex, that kind. I feel like catching the parents having sex worse. This one at least it's just like
that one say
conversation.
only. That one if I see there's no turning back.
Correct.
No, but and I think
dear.
the conversation here luckily is just one line.
Lucky is not like super vivid.
Yeah, she never described.
Yeah, and also like the word rail also, right? It's like okay lah.
Yeah.
It's a euphemism lah. Not so much a euphemism, like it's a metaphor of sorts. So it's lucky it's not like I'm going to like
say
very explicit things.
Like what?
I'm gonna put my penis into your vagina. I don't know! I think the concern here, maybe at 11, 13-year-old, like, they were shocked because of what? The word fucking.
Yeah.
I think they're like, oh my god, let me say this word! I don't think it's awful also.
Yeah.
It seems to me like it accelerated their process in having to speak about sex to their children.
And I feel like because the line was quite non-explicit, it was a bit easier to have the talk with their kids after that.
I think having more sex-positive conversations is something that we need to progress into as a society. Not see as dirty, is bad. It's a very natural process.
But I would say this is more embarrassing than the treadmill story.
Yeah, because I think you got caught.
Yeah,
that's exactly
you
it.
got caught.
So I would say like maybe 3 fucks.
Yes,
We're going
3 fucks out of 5.
Yes, but the father and the wife probably having more fucks later on.
Confession number 3 is titled, Today I fucked up by not going to the toilet in college. Okay. I was in college from 9 to 4, so I can't just not eat until I get home like I usually do to avoid needing the toilet while at college. I ate McDonald's at around 11:30 and by 12 I needed to shit. I'm far too awkward to poop in the public toilet, but as we're walking around, my stomach is starting to really hurt and I keep on having to fart. As we are walking back to college, it's starting to get unbearably bad and now my friends are starting to notice me acting weird. At this point, I started looking for toilets, but as I only just started college, I didn't know anywhere, so I just said that I feel sick and I'm going to go home. I panic and literally waddle to the nearest bus stop, where one of my other friends was, so of course she starts talking to me and then sits next to me on the bus. I try to stay calm and hope this feeling of urgency will pass, but it literally started coming in waves of pain and stomach cramps. Now the embarrassing part. Around 15 minutes later, we were like halfway to the bus station and this absolutely horrible feeling came on that I just couldn't hold it in. I had to shit myself, but my body sort of involuntarily pushed and it was like poking out, which felt absolutely terrible. Means the shit come out already. It smelled so bad and the worst part was it was slightly touching my underwear.
This is to me one of the funniest things ever. I'm just imagining, right? It's like a half of the shit is outside, half still inside. It's like it's just there. And it's just slightly touching the underwear.
I sat there overthinking, feeling like I'm about to have a panic attack because I feel like I can't hold it any longer. And at this point, I'm texting my friend who sat literally next to me, saying we need to get off the bus because I need the toilet. And she starts laughing because of the smell, so I got off and she followed me.
No.
People in the street are all staring at me because I literally keep grabbing my ass through my jeans. And walking like I've shat myself. I'm in tears from how bad my stomach hurt while my friend is almost crying, laughing at me, and I just knew I wasn't going to make it to the nearest toilet. It was a 5 minutes walk. I just stood still out of desperation and started to fully shit myself. And I physically couldn't stop it. It was so bad that a literal turd slid down my leg and onto the floor in public.
There you laugh!
I cleaned up as best as I could, threw my undies in a bin and tried to hide the stain on my jeans with my coat. Then I got the bus home and properly got it all off me in the shower before throwing the jeans and socks away. Oh my god.
Have you ever had the experience of a literal turd sliding down your jeans?
No, you have?
Of course not lah!
You have?
No!
Oh. Yeah.
Thinking about it, right? I'm thinking about it. It must be a solid piece,
Yeah.
right?
That can slide,
That slide down.
Because usually, if it's not that hard, it will stuck there, right?
Wow!
But honestly, right, if I was this person, I would have avoided everything and just ask a random passerby where the toilet is and just run.
Yeah, but this person obviously, I think
Right.
that's the mistake this person made. You overthink the whole public
Yeah.
toilet situation thing. And I used to be like that actually. Some people have this irrational fear of like letting other people hear them shit in the toilet. So I know, right, of people who will line the inside of the toilet, right, with tissue paper. You do, yeah?
Sometimes.
The inside.
Sometimes.
So-
Not line lah, but I would like throw a bunch in the toilet so that when the poop go down, right, the impact will be a bit softer.
Oh, I love it when my poop makes a plop sound.
Then the water will splatter on your butt, damn dirty eh.
You wash it, ah!
Yee! Oh, I realize I have diarrhea quite often.
Clearly.
Shit. So I went on a shoot with like John and some other colleagues, right, on a boat. I wanted to diarrhea.
Oh no.
Then like I always make it a point, like if I'm taking the plane or like just any moving vehicle,
Yes.
even if there's a toilet, right, I
Yes.
try not to use. I ask the host to bring me to the toilet, right? And
Yeah.
apparently there's like a special way to flush the toilet. I thought I knew. I heard all the instructions. I like, okay, I know already. So I thought the correct way was to like scoop the water from the side and then pour into the thing.
Okay.
So it wasn't flushing it. It reached the brim, bodoh. It was like
Oh no!
I wanted to vomit, although it was my own shit, I wanted to vomit. It was like some... What was it? It's like fondue with clams. Like got the top of it now. It was like all the way to the top where then I like every time the boat shake a bit, then it will like move. Like, no! So I went out, then I asked the host, I was like, the toilet cannot flush. Like, is it there's a way? Then I said, no, you don't go in. She wanted to go in. I said, no! You just teach me how, I go and do myself. Then she said, oh, got one button. Got button lah at the
Yeah,
side.
like aeroplane lah.
Yeah, so I went there, then I pressed the button, then okay, all went in. Okay, anyway, back to this. Shall we rate this
I feel
story?
like I was like more fucked up.
Yeah, I feel like I was
Okay,
funnier
this
than
is quite
this.
fucked up lah. This is quite fucked up.
Okay,
I'm giving it 4
we-
fucks.
Yeah, because we haven't experienced having a literal
Third,
shit like
yes.
come out of our pants, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, 4 fucks out of 5.
Yeah. Confession number 4. My girlfriend of 2 years told me the music that I play during sex is weird and a major turnoff.
Oh, okay.
A little backstory. When I first started having sex, I researched into ways to be better as I was a little stiff and pretty much had no idea what I was doing. I read online that you can play music and match the rhythm in order to put on a better performance. I searched for love-making songs and started slowly creating a playlist in which I was comfortable matching the rhythm.
Okay.
There are a few songs on the playlist. However, there's one song in particular which actually happens to be my favorite, that my girlfriend hates and says turns her off in a major way. I don't understand why it has taken her 2 years to tell me she hates that song. It's a good love-making song with good rhythm. I feel the way I fucked up is I could have possibly asked her previously if she likes a playlist or any songs that she'd like to add or change. But to leave it for 2 years thinking our sex life is great, but in her eyes has just been ruined by my music, has left the whole situation feeling awkward and I'm a bit annoyed. I pretty much played this tune every single time, so the amount of times she must have not been enjoying it when I thought the complete opposite is annoying but also embarrassing in ways. Not to mention my previous partners, however, they never complain about the song, so maybe it's just her. It has fucked up the relationship TBH because sex feels awkward now. The other day we were having sex with no music, but I was still trusting to the tune playing in my head. She recognized this and asked me to stop. I thought this song was perfect and I always trust along with the tune and I feel it gives me the perfect rhythm for doing the deed too. I usually bust to this song and I find it devastating that she hates
Oh my god,
the
I'm very
song.
curious.
So do you think the issue is that the girlfriend really just doesn't like the song or the girlfriend just doesn't like the consistent rhythm?
Might be the song but I need
Okay.
to hear the song
Okay,
to find
okay,
out.
fair.
I don't know why, but Baby Shark is playing in my head.
Whoa! That's weird AF!
Some people are weird, why?
Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do do. No lah, the beat is too consistent already.
Ah.
Baby shark, do 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 do.
Whoa.
I feel like sex cannot be like
Okay.
routine. I think if it's just routine, right, then it feels very like boring like that.
Stagnant.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
that's why the girlfriend feels like, hey, again.
Shall we
It's
hear the
routine.
song?
Yes, I've heard the song.
I haven't.
Okay, you want to hear it? Dun 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 dun.
You know, just how there was this part in the confession that said the girlfriend recognized the rhythm, although the
Yeah.
song was off. I didn't understand, but now I understand.
You get it?
Because the rhythm is very specific.
Yes. First of all, if you play this song, already the song is like don't have mood.
Yeah, like,
This song like some EDM.
yeah, like in the club.
To me, right? I think sex is very important in a relationship, and I think like if you are too fixed in your ways, right, and you think like, wow, I'm damn good at sex, you know, like this rhythm, right, damn good, then I will find it like, no, stop. I feel like it becomes a process, not like an experience. There are plenty of other songs, right?
That's true, that's true.
Yeah. You know what I like?
Okay.
Classical music.
Wait, hold on, wait. Hold on, wait.
Why?
As in classical music for what?
For what? For sex? Classical music just like it's soft and like sensual, you know?
I want to know a particular
Not
track.
like the Beethoven.
Yeah.
Instrumental music maybe.
Like the no.
What's that? Instrumental lah. I don't want the lyrics. Because I
What?
feel like
Yeah,
lyrics
yeah.
are like very distracting. Because for me, right, I will sing along.
How embarrassing is it?
I don't really think it's that embarrassing. to
Yeah,
be
I don't think
fair.
so.
I think he's a loser, full stop. But I feel like he is making it more embarrassing for himself by feeling embarrassed about this and not taking it as constructive criticism.
So he also mentioned that
Mm.
the girlfriend took 2 years to tell him that she hates the song.
Gosh,
What do you think about that? That's a damn long time, man.
I feel sorry for her to having go through that for 2 years.
Honestly, right, I do feel like on her part, she feels like sex is a very sensitive topic. Maybe she didn't dare to bring it up to him.
I think sex, right, in itself, it's not about a one person thing. It is a couple thing, and you really need to be able to communicate what you like and what you don't like.
Wow, how many fucks will you give out of 5
One,
for the song choice?
then I will give him a punch in the
I
face.
give him 5 lor, 5 fucks out of 5 because it's so embarrassing.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay, I give it 5
Yeah.
because I honestly 5 fucks because like you really have bad taste in music. For
Truly.
sex.
Maybe you try classical music.
Fuck off.
You try. See, maybe you won't know, if you are more open to trying new things, you might find a new liking in classical music.
Just don't follow the rhythm exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of being on beat, go off beat.
Like how?
It's turn. So like
Okay, I do.
turn.
Dun dun dun
Wait, how do you-
dun dun
Slow
dun
down. Half beat
dun
it.
dun 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 dun
Half
dun
beat more.
dun dun
Then
dun 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 dun. Alright, so with that, right, we've actually wrapped up our last confession.
Okay.
Maybe to conclude things, which was your favorite TIFU moment?
Oh wow, my favorite.
Okay, maybe I share mine
Go
first.
first.
My favorite is the shitting story. Because it's the most relatable
True.
in different ways.
Yeah.
And it's really damn fucking embarrassing
Yeah.
to have a shit fall out of your pants. Yeah, that was my favorite.
I'm still thinking how like that the logistics of that work. But okay. The funniest to me is definitely the song.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be in my head now.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. But I must say, a big shout out to the children at the back in the back seat of the car.
Oh,
Who were probably traumatized.
Yes.
Shout out to them.
I hope they're okay now.
And I hope your parents pay for your therapy.
Do you have any like TIFU moments?
My entire life is a fuck up, so. Oi.
Oi,
Tiba.
Tiba. No.
I think I got tell you before, but okay. So this happened to me one time when I was going back home on the MRT. It was quite late lah, and I usually me right 10 p.m. right means like sleeping time already, and my mind starts getting checked out. So this often happens to me, and I always feel bad, and I always like when I sleep in the MRT right, I always like
Oh yes, okay.
lean on the person, and then like some people are very nice. Some people will let me sleep on their shoulder. Some people will like that, you know. But the worst story for me right is one time I was in an empty cabin and I was sitting on like the middle of the row of seats. I fall asleep, and as I usually fall asleep and I nod off, nobody this time, right? So I fell asleep.
Oh no!
I fell all the way down and kabonk! It's a very loud sound. Very loud sound. My
Plus, I imagine your head.
hitting the fucking chair, dude. Oh my god! I woke up immediately. I was so embarrassed.
Was there someone
eh.
opposite you?
The person looked at me, I like fucking embarrassed. Immediately I stand up, right? I walked to the next cabin, stand at the door, and exited the next station because I couldn't bear to handle the embarrassment. Wow, shit eh.
For me, I think it happened in JC.
Okay.
So I think that day was like Valentine's Day or Friendship Day,
Oh
whatever.
dear, cute.
Then I brought like donuts for my friends, right? My classmates. You have to walk down a very long flight of stairs, like to get to the field. And then I was walking down to assembly with the crowd lah, naturally, right? And then I slipped, right? Then I fell on one stair. Then okay, never mind, stand up. Then after that, I was with my friends lah. Then I walked a few more stairs. I slipped again, but this time I went down a few flights until I think 10 flights of stairs. Like boom, 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 boom,
10
boom.
flights?
Like I don't know
10
how
steps
many.
lah, 10
Yeah, 10
steps lah.
steps. Yeah.
10 flights is like...
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
What is it? Whoa.
10 steps of stairs. So
Yeah,
I just,
10 steps.
I really bounced because it was so slippery, right?
Okay.
That I couldn't stop bouncing.
Oh dear.
So I bounced, and then my donuts dropped. The box opened and it flew all over the floor. Very embarrassed.
You know what? We're all a sum of whatever's happened to us.
Yeah, and I learned from then
Yeah.
to buy shoes with better grip. So that's all we have for today's episode. If you have any interesting confessions to share, you can leave them in the confessions page that will be linked in the description box below. And of course, if you have any other topics you want us to talk about or you simply want to react to today's video, you can leave them in the comments below.
Yeah.
And as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.